Hey y'all, IrixGuy here. Welcome back to another live show. And if you're watching this at approximately, about 15 till 7 p.m. New York City time, that's Eastern time in the United States of America, then this is a live show. So just getting up and going here. Got a few updates for the channel. Number one, my studio has undergone I don't even want to use the word drastic. I want to use the word radical. It's undergone radical renovations. So, what you've seen in the past as far as video quality and lighting, I'm hoping that, everything is going to be, just very well tuned now. So, put a lot of effort into that. And it's one of those things, it's your feedback, and not only your feedback, but trial and error, just trying to make this the best quality production that it can be. So a lot of cool stuff. There's a lot of cool tools that have hit the market. One of the things that I've really appreciated purchasing, and again, I'm all about ROI, return on investment. And this ATEM Mini Pro that I use, and I'm using it for this live stream, total game changer, man. Using software for live stream chroma key, green screening, it's just not the same as using a dedicated hardware device. So, this thing is controlling the, the connection to YouTube. It's controlling the live stream. It's doing all of this. Now, you may see a little bit of buffering because I do have, at the time of streaming this, I do have a lot of stuff uploading right now. I got a lot of videos, some of which are, 10, 15 minutes in duration. So, got a little bit of, if there's a little bit of network congestion here, I do apologize. That's something I want to work on for the channel next. And that begs the point, or introduces the point, rather. If you haven't subscribed, be sure to do so. And also, I've got a membership feature now. So if you want to support my channel, more than just more than a simple subscription, which is awesome. If you want to become a member, I do offer memberships now, so you can, if you want to check that out, check out my channel memberships. Just a cool way to support the channel. Something I want to do is improve the internet connection, because I've got enough bandwidth most of the time. But this live stream, for example, I'm broadcasting this live in low quality because my what am I trying to say? My internet is just pitiful. My internet is pitiful. So, that's something that could use improvement. Got people tuning in. Welcome aboard, everyone. Welcome aboard to the live show here. Happy Valentine's Day weekend for all y'all. Yeah, it's this live streaming stuff is, especially now during this time where we've got all this virus-related stuff going around. It's nice to be able to live stream and interact. I wish I could. This is so annoying. I wish I could upload files and live stream at the same time and not encounter catastrophic congestion. And it looks like that's what I'm. At least my thing there is saying that I'm encountering congestion. My stream settings, yeah, and see, YouTube is even the YouTube interface is telling me that it says viewers will experience buffering because I've got, yeah, man, this is crazy. I've just got one upload going, and that's how pitiful my internet is here, and that's something I'd really like to upgrade. But when you look at the cost of everything, everything adds up. You got internet, you spend more for internet, and it's just everything. Unfortunately, everything is going up. So, to be able to justify, and again, I'm a business person. So for me to be able to justify a network upgrade, it's kind of tough, because you've one should factor in all the other expenses. There's not just the internet connection. There's the equipment. Well, there's the equipment, but, the equipment has a reasonable lifespan. And then that time hits, then it's time to upgrade to the next tech, because you don't want to be, you don't want to overspend in any area, in any one area, to where you can't continue to improve your content as a whole. So, I really want a faster internet connection, but the problem is to get that faster internet connection. And again, I don't quote dollar amounts here, but to get that faster internet connection would be significantly more expensive. So that significantly more expensive internet connection would bite into my other items. And I've got to look at this, from a business perspective. Well, I could get faster internet, but if I did get the faster internet, what would I be cutting out, or what would I be reducing? And that's where it kind of becomes a tough sell. And I've called the internet providers, and I've gotten some pretty good deals, pretty close to what I want. I consider myself to be a stiff negotiator. So, if there's a bargain to be had, I'm going to get it. And if I don't get it, you're not going to get my business. Even if you're within a few pennies of what I need, you're not going to get my business. You're not going to sell me. So, with that being said, I still want and I still need faster internet, because this right now is a prime example. You're probably experiencing a little bit of buffering, and again, that is unacceptable for this channel. But the thing is, I've got all these videos uploading, and those videos are important. The live stream's important. Something I may consider doing is, hey, maybe a second internet connection of equal bandwidth, to be able to do it on the cheap, but just have that second connection dedicated for live streaming purposes. So that way I've got my other internet connection for uploading videos and doing whatever other type of business. And then I've got my secondary internet connection exclusively for these live streams here on my channel, youtube.com/IrixGuy's. It's a tough thing. And especially now when because a lot of people are using the internet. A lot of people that didn't use the internet in the past are now using the internet because of the current situation that's still going on. I mean, I wish they would just say, hey, this stuff's ending. That's it. It's done. But it's messed up everything, because, now you try to, you want to go somewhere. You'd like to get on a jet plane and go somewhere. You'd like to get on a boat and go somewhere. But try to go anywhere, and then you got to go through all this paperwork. You got to go through all these lines. You got to go through, this, that, and the other. It's not an enjoyable experience. So for that reason, the IrixGuy's Adventure channel is still under a no travel. It's got a travel ban, unfortunately, because to go anywhere, to take this channel anywhere, you just got to go through all that red tape. Kyle says stream's a bit choppy. Yeah, that's my upload, man. And I tell you, I've got to get a faster internet connection. And I don't know if it's going to be, maybe I just get a second internet connection and dedicate to live streaming. Brosif. Kyle says, Brosif. There you go, man. But I got to do what I got to do, man. You got to hustle. You got to hustle to survive and thrive. You really do. So it's a hustle, a nonstop hustle. And the thing is this live streaming stuff's cool. One thing I'm happy about is that I've finally fixed, this should be, as far as the video quality is concerned, minus the network congestion, the lighting should be good. I'm looking at my studio monitor over there, the film crew's over there. It looks like everything looks good. My face is shiny because I just got out of the shower. That's unacceptable. But at least I smell fresh. And that's what matters. So, okay, so let's hop into a few things. So there's a few things coming. Allegedly, there's a company, and actually the company makes the ATEM Mini Pro that I'm using right now for this live stream. I absolutely love this device. I really do. I mean, it's such a game changer. But supposedly, Blackmagic Design, they're the company that makes this A10 Mini Pro. Supposedly, there's something big coming soon. And I don't know if y'all have heard anything about it, if it's a new A10 Mini Pro type device, if it's a new camera, cinema camera. One of the cool things you can do, Fly Right Drones, welcome aboard, sir. Welcome aboard. Wait, I think I may have hit the wrong sound effect there. Hold on. Let me see. Whoa, I got my thing twisted here. See, I renovated the studio, so I've got wires where wires haven't been before. And I got to get everything readjusted here. Let's see. Yeah, that was the wrong sound. I meant to do a cheer. Cheer, everybody. There we go. Kyle said, what's the deal with all the oddball reviews? A tape gun and towels. Yeah, man. Great question. And you know what's funny? I'll look at it. Whenever something... So let's talk about the tape gun first. So the tape gun was kind of an extension. And let me pull up... I'm going to pull up the historical video here and share this with you and explain the tape gun. The reason I've posted another tape gun video. So the original tape gun video that I posted was, and I'm going to link it. Let's see. Yeah, it was 2015. This was back in 2015. I'm going to link this to everybody. So this is a video that I posted in 2015 for a tape gun. I bought a tape gun because I wanted to tape some boxes and ship some stuff, right? So I bought this thing in 2015 and I filmed a video. This right here that I'm about to share is the video, the original tape gun video that I posted. This particular video that I just linked, this video was called Duck Brand Standard Tape Gun with Foam Handle Unboxing in 4K Ultra HD. Get a new tape gun. I was happy to take it out of the box, and I wanted to be the first person to film a tape gun unboxing video in 4K Ultra HD because in 2015, 4K was still a pretty big deal. So that video's received almost 100,000 views. People hated that video because it was an unboxing. I mean, all that I did in that video was pretty much take a tape gun out of the box. And that's what the video was. It was an unboxing video, but people wanted more. They wanted to know how to load the tape gun. They wanted to know how to, well, let's take this in a step-by-step fashion here. So the next piece was, people weren't happy that I posted an unboxing video of a tape gun because a lot of these people looking for the tape gun, they didn't understand what an unboxing video was. So, that was part of it. The other part is that, people wanted more. It's like, well, it's an unboxing video. What do you expect? Maybe if I do something more than take something out of a box, that's an added bonus, but don't expect it. So that led to the second video that I filmed, and this was in May of 2019, and you can find it on my channel, and that is how to load the Duck Brand tape gun. So how to put the tape in the tape gun. So that was very well received. It was so well received, as a matter of fact, that I posted the most recent video that you were talking about, the Duck Brand tape gun, how to cut tape. Because people put the tape in there, and then they were saying, well, this is a great video, but how do I cut the tape? So I filmed the third video, which is how to cut tape. So that explains to respond to your question, what's the deal with all the oddball reviews, a tape gun and towels? So that explains the tape gun. Now the towels, that's a different animal. So, I bought a bunch of towels. I bought some towels that were nice and, they were all different colors. I just bought them when they were on sale and cheap and this, that, and the other, right? And then, over time, even the best towels, dollar amount spent for a towel doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a good towel. So, I'd accumulated bath towels and washcloths throughout the years, and they worked, and, they start to wear out, they get raggedy, and they, the little strings come off, and at that point, you got to say, well, you've been a good towel, but I've got to throw you away. And And I got into the situation with the towels where, I didn't want to buy new towels. I'd purchased so many towels, but it was a mixed set. And basically my wife said she wants white towels. So, okay, well, let me do my due diligence. Let me go out there and perform a deep dive analysis and figure out what are the towels available in the market today that are white, that will probably last a long time, that are good, they're absorbent, they're a good size. You get out of the shower, you want a bath towel, it's going to dry you off. You don't want it too big, but you don't want it too small where it feels chintzy. So, that's the reason that's the reason that I filmed the towel video, because I did a lot of research. I performed a lot of research. I ordered those towels, and they were so good that I ordered a second set of those towels. So now I've got, off the top of my head, what is it, 8 towels? Because I think there were 4 in a pack. Dude, they're awesome. Any other question? That's a great question, man. I will answer anything you might ask. I will try to answer anything you might ask, rather. Or not just you, but anybody on the channel here. I mean, this is an open forum. So I'm just glad to be broadcasting live again. This has been, one thing with renovations, anytime that you're performing, major renovations, you've got things displaced. And part of what the displaced items were, I've got this studio. I've got every light that's beside me right now. Everything is precisely positioned. I've got everything marked on the floor with gaffer tape. I don't want any variables when it comes to lighting, when it comes to audio. I'm very picky about how this stuff's set up. But because of all the radical renovations, everything was temporarily displaced. And I didn't want to put on a live show that was, that was just kind of halfway done. I didn't want to represent the channel in a less than professional way. So, for that reason, there haven't been as many live shows recently, because I've been, everything's been undergoing renovations. But now that I've almost completed the renovation, the studio is pretty much on point. I've got some, my thing I'm doing now with the studio door, I've got some acoustic treatments. So I've got this thing, and that was and you didn't ask about this, Kyle, but that other oddball video that I posted about, and actually I think I posted this today. It was called a Ho Lick Me twin door draft stopper. Ho Lick Me twin door draft stopper review. And the reason I posted the Ho Lick Me video was that's a thing that goes under my door in my studio. So the acoustics in here, again, I've got all the acoustic treatments. This has been a work in progress. I've heavily invested into the studio, And, the acoustic treatments are just a part, a piece of the puzzle. But you've also got to think about windows and doors. You can hear road noise. You can hear outside sounds if there's a TV in another part in a neighboring room, that's close to the studio, or, not necessarily close, but, close enough to where that volume can be picked up by the mics. There's a lot of factors that come into place. So for that reason, I got the Ho Lick Me, and you can check out that video that I posted today, the Ho Lick Me thing that goes below the door. And I've got some edging for the door. It's not weatherproofing strips, but it's kind of like a weatherproofing strip, except it's got, it's designed to block outside noise. So my goal with this studio is to have close to zero noise pollution, close to zero light pollution, because I do have a window in the studio, but I've addressed the window issue by using blackout curtains. So those blackout curtains basically block out the light. So if it's the middle of the night, the middle of the day, wherever the sun may be, cloudy, sunny, whatever, the lighting within this studio should remain consistent. So, there's a lot of work that goes into this. When you're an independent YouTuber, or maybe you're a photographer, videographer, whatever, you need that studio space, and you want to keep that space clean. You want to keep the lighting consistent. You want to keep the audio predictable. There's a lot of things that you want to do if consistent results is what if consistent results are what you want to achieve. And, for that reason, I've been, again, the past few months, I've been around the block, reorganizing all of this. And I mean, it's been a massive project. But again, this channel is still small. This channel is growing. Right now, I just ticked right above 80,000 subscribers, which is still small, but it signals growth. And this channel is getting closer to 100,000 subscribers. And, that's my short-term goal, is to hit 100,000 subscribers ASAP. And again, that's not the end of the game. That's just the beginning. But I want that ASAP because at 100,000 subscribers, I should get a YouTube, what's it called? The YouTube play button, silver play button. That's my short-term goal because I've invested a lot of energy into this. And it's not, it's not a situation where I'm part of any other network. No, this is me. This is me only. And that's not a selfish statement. That's just, hey, this is something I found. This is something I incubated. This is something I will continue to grow, and without any outside assistance. So with that being the case, yeah, these live shows, I've been on a, what's that funny word? Hiatus. I've been on a hiatus of sorts rather. So I've been on a hiatus, and but now I'm back, and I am back in full effect. And I'm excited. I'm super excited to. What's really interesting, and this is one of the things that's fascinated me the most about YouTube, is that there's topics that you would think you would probably never be interested in, but because of the YouTube journey, having to perfect your audio skills, having to perfect your video editing skills, having to perfect your videography and lighting skills, this, that, and the other, photography skills, the list goes on. Having to perfect all of those tasks that you might not have previously performed if you weren't involved with YouTube. So YouTube was cool because, discovering the opportunity, and this was 10 years or so ago now when I went on that cruise and they invited me to become a YouTube partner because I liked the cruise ship video or whatever. That's when YouTube partner program was by invitation only. But it just opened my eyes to say, okay, well, not only is this fun, but it's also concurrently educational, because all the tasks that have been performed so far and all of the tasks that I haven't even thought about yet because I haven't encountered going forward, they all provide some sort of value. And, all of this, this YouTube journey, starting as just some guy that went out on a cruise and filmed a few videos with a poor quality, like $100-ish camera, taking that and, continuing to wherever. And, my goal with anything, whether it's YouTube or, whatever, insert business venture XYZ here. My goal with anything is to, number one, be successful. Number two, grow, grow, grow. And number three, have fun. Because with any business venture, if you're not having fun, it's not worth pursuing. I mean, I know people, I know a bunch of people, very, very, very successful people that have founded and sold multiple companies. And some of them are happy. Some of them are, how should I put this? They've got, 10s, 20s, 30s, 30, 40, 50 plus $1 million just sitting around. But I don't think they're happy. The thing that's cool about YouTube is that, you can, and again, it's a matter of the type of channel that you have, but, you can craft your content in a way to where, you're doing things you enjoy anyway, but it also becomes part of the YouTube journey. And that's why, it always has been and always will remain front and center for this channel, IrixGuy's Adventure Channel, because it's an adventure. An adventure can be playing with a tape gun. An adventure can be unboxing a towel and, taking a nice shower and, getting out, enjoying that towel and say, hey, this thing works. And it's super absorbent. And an adventure can also be going places. Don't we miss that? I mean, yeah, and I know you can go places now, but it's such an inconvenience because you got to deal with all the red tape and all this, virus testing and all that stuff. I don't want to deal with all that. I'd rather just find other adventures in the interim and then segue back into Captain IrixGuy selling throughout the Caribbean mode because I miss that. I mean, that's who I am, man. I'm Captain IrixGuy. I'm in the that's me. I'm that Caribbean dude. I'm Captain IrixGuy. You'll see me in the Caribbean. I've seen a lot of subscribers in the Caribbean because they came up and they talked to me. They're like, "Hey, what's going on?" They're like, "We didn't think you were real." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm standing right here." What do you expect? So it's just a fun adventure, and it's an important adventure, and it's something that one of the biggest things that I've taken away from this journey so far has been learning all of these components, and now, and not to take it too far, but now knowing what I know, that what I've learned to grow this channel in the time that we're in right now with this pandemic and people needing, help with, with video and lighting and audio, dude, for a consultant, this is a huge time. And that's something, not to, well, I mean, this is my channel, so I can shamelessly promote myself if I want to. But if you're looking for any sort of consulting services, those consulting services being live streaming, things that you can do, maybe you're working from home and you need to buy a better computer, buy a better monitor, buy a better webcam, buy a better microphone, whatever you need. That's one of the areas where I provide consulting services. So if there's anything that you or your company are seeking, feel free to shoot me a message. Best way to get me is just go to facebook.com/IrixGuy and drop me a message. I feel that my hourly rate is highly competitive. I enjoy doing this stuff. Obviously I'm not going to lowball myself, but, I'm not going to price gouge either. So, and I stand behind my work. So if there's something I can't do that I can't make work for you, I'm not going to charge you for something that won't work. That's just poor business. So, just keep that in the back of your mind. If you and or your friends, family, business partners, if they need anything from a consulting perspective for work at home, just let me know. Because I mean, that's one of the big things that I'm doing right now. Tech for your needs. Welcome aboard, sir. I meant to do the crowd cheer. See, that's how long it's been since I've done a live stream. I don't even know my buttons. And I tell you, this thing, man, I invested heavily in technology. First, it was technology for the studio upgrades. This Rodecaster Pro, this A10 Mini Pro, awesome pair, man. This microphone right here, this Rode Pod mic that I'm using, it's just, it takes things to the next level. And you've got so many audio and video inputs with this stuff. I'm talking about the A10 Mini Pro and the Rodecaster Pro, that, it just takes things to the next level. The level of professionalism that can be achieved is, just blows my mind. And I know we've got a staticky connection right now because I've got some network congestion because I've got stuff uploading and I've got a pitifully slow internet connection, but hopefully it's still tolerable. And, it's just fun to just do a live stream because you feel like some sort of talk show host or something. I mean, this never gets old. And it's just, part of it is that, I obviously love interacting with all of y'all. I know tonight we've got several people in the crowd. What's in the glass cup? Oh, what's in the glass is one would think it might be rum, but actually this isn't rum. This is Crown. I wanted a Canadian whiskey tonight, so I'm just doing a Crown Royal and a little bit of Coke. Crown Royal, typically when I drink a Scotch or I drink a whiskey or actually Scotch is whiskey. It's Scotch whiskey, and then there's Canadian whiskey, and then there's, you deal with bourbon in Kentucky, this, that, and the other. But Crown Royal is one of the few whiskeys that I will drink that I'll mix with Coca-Cola. And it's just something about it. It's sweet. It's one of those whiskeys that I'm not too big of a fan with just a splash of water on the rocks. I like how it pairs with Coca-Cola. Drink. My ice melted, but I don't know. It's just a good. I don't know. I don't drink a lot of Crown, but when I do, it's always with a Coke. I just think it's the best way to do it. But yeah, man, I mean, we've got so much stuff coming, and there's, one of the big things, and this has been set off. Number one, my Caribbean adventures this year have been messed up because, again, I can't afford to spend that to go and deal with all the uncertainties about, well, you can't go here because you haven't had blah, 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 whatever the red tape may be. So that's messed that up. Even within the mainland, going to Alaska, I'd like to do that. Get dropped off by a bush in the wilderness for a week or so. That's been messed up because, again, you got to go through all the air travel and, well, it's just it's a hard time. But, again, with these hard times, or I shouldn't say hard, I should say challenging. That makes it sound less pessimistic. During these challenging times, I think there's a lot of other adventures that can be found. And again, that's just the live streaming and perfecting lighting. I think the lighting, and, hopefully y'all will agree, the lighting tonight, hopefully the sound and everything looks good. This was a product, actually, I performed a deep dive analysis of the Blackmagic. Blackmagic has their own cameras, and you can pair them with the ATEM Mini Pro. And the value add of using certain Blackmagic design cameras is that through the ATEM Mini Pro, it's basically like DaVinci Resolve. You can color correct the heck out of it. So if I was using a Blackmagic camera right now, which I'm not, I'm using my Sony Alpha, and you can check out my video where I fine-tune the lighting and all of that for my studio. But if I was using a Blackmagic design camera, like the Pocket Cinema 4K, for example, if I had it connected to my ATEM Mini Pro, I'd be able to adjust all the color and all, really fine-tune the heck out of it. So I'm kind of tempted, one of the next things that, live streams, not all live streams get ads. Tech for Your Needs, not all of them do. But, obviously this live stream is eligible for ads, so I'm taking advantage of that. And just to also mention, I do have Super Chat. So if anybody in the audience chooses to Super Chat, you can do that. Super Chats are a great way to support the channel. I've also added channel memberships. If you want to sign up, memberships, man, they're cheap. But it's just another way to inexpensively, further support the channel. And again, I'm not asking for any of this. I know, there's 80,000 plus subscribers right now. But, anything that you might choose to do, there's Patreon, however you want to pronounce it. I'm on Patreon as well. Those are the things that help to more rapidly propel the growth of my channel. Because ultimately, being an independent YouTube channel, everything that you see here, from the equipment to the travel, it's not free. So it's not something that, as an independent YouTuber, that I could do if I didn't monetize this. So I'm trying to monetize it in ways that, and check out my shirts, man. Check out my merch. I've linked it within this live show. You can choose to purchase my t-shirts and stuff too. It's a tough business. It's a fun business. But, to be able to really do the cool things, that the really, really super cool stuff's going to come as the subscriber base continues to grow. So, it's your viewership. The viewership is most important. The likes, the shares, turning other people onto the channel. Be like, hey, man, you should check out this guy's channel. When you talk to friends, family, whomever, and they subscribe, that's huge. That helps the channel to grow. And, it's the growth that helps me because, ultimately, this is I've got to monetize my content. I'm not doing this for free. I couldn't do it for free. Maybe if I was a, 6, 8, 10 plus million millionaire or whatever, maybe I could say, okay, well, maybe I can do, a few, what's the word they use? Pro bono or what? I don't know what the word is. I'm not good with that stuff. But, yeah, the fact is I've got to monetize it. So I want to monetize it in ways that are, not annoying. And I know there'll be ads pop up here and there, and that's just part of it. But if I can get enough memberships, if I can get enough Patreon supporters as well, that's the kind of stuff that, might enable me to tone down the ads a little bit, but it's just part of it, man. You gotta hustle to survive. You gotta do what you gotta do. So it's not it's a fun adventure, but it's not a free adventure, and that's one of the things that I've been really diligently working to perfect, is how to monetize this in the most appropriate way, and that's what I'm doing. So it's we're gonna have some very cool adventures, and I don't want to make this sound like forward-looking statements, but the bottom line is, until travel is normal again, until you can just come and go, and all the restaurants and everything are open, and that's the thing, I can't justify going to the Caribbean and having all those uncertainties. Well, I might not be able to go there. I might not be able to go there. Well, if I go, or the restaurant, or any of the restaurants come, it's a tough thing, and I know it's tough for the for the restaurant owners and all of that in the Caribbean, because I'm sure they're hurting because of the lack of tourism. So it's kind of it's a bad spot, but it's just I don't know, man. But yeah, there's adventures to be had that can be had from anyone's home, and that's kind of where, at least temporarily, I want to go. I want to explore those opportunities that exist for anyone. Things that you can do, from your home to have fun with streaming video. And the lessons that I learned, I had somebody contact me the other day. And again, I provide consulting services. So anything you need, shoot me a message, and I'll be happy to shoot a quote to you and or your organization. But had a guy that reached out to me, and I've still got to get with him. He actually got sick. It's not COVID sick, it's some other sort of sickness or whatever. But they had reached out to me, and they're like, hey, man, I really need some help with ATEM Mini Pros. So that's a component that I provide a lot of some of the stuff I do just for collaboration purposes, but if you've got a business or whatever, and you need professional consulting, that's something that obviously I would quote and would be billable. But I do a lot of collaborative type troubleshooting, and that's always rewarding, because even though it's not something that's billable, it's something that someone else has a problem, and you're able to troubleshoot with them and provide a possible solution, and then share that possible solution with the world, which then the solution can be monetized. So, it's not like you're wasting your time. It's one of those things. There's very few things that I will do. It's not tech for your needs. It is not easy being a content creator. I know you know that as well. It's easy to have the passion. It's easy to be passionate about producing and publishing content, but it is tough. It is hard to be able to just rely upon that alone. I want to get to the point to where, I can have, I run multiple business ventures. This is just one of many. But I want to get to the point to where I can have this to the level where it's like, okay, it's so big, which is not anywhere near close to that. But I want to grow this channel to the point to where it's so large that even if there was a dip, that I could tolerate the dip. And I'm not, that's not a situation where I can, I can't do that right now. So it's just a, it's a work in progress. Yeah. So, but yeah, I can understand the hardships with. Don't raise up. No, you can only see my laptop up. But yeah, don't let the don't let the hardships deter your momentum, because I know you've got a huge channel, and it is it's definitely it's not just a weekly effort. It's not just a monthly effort. I mean, you've got to do this effectively. You've got to somehow be engaged and be seen as being engaged on a daily basis. Because if you step away from this, you've got several people that are there. Well, you got a lot of people that are observing. You've got non-humans. You've got the analytics. Well, this individual, they were active, and then they took let's just say a 2-week hiatus. That doesn't look good in the eyes of analytics. You've got viewers. They get used to your release schedule. Maybe you release in the afternoon. Maybe you release in the morning. Maybe you release throughout the day. Whatever. Be somewhat predictable. If you deviate from that, it can hamper your growth. So that's why it's so important to stick to something unpredictable, from the perspective that you want to surprise people and keep things fresh. If you've ever watched, and I'm not going to drop any network names or show names, but if you've ever watched a show and everything seems scripted and it's so predictable, more than likely, you will probably lose interest somewhat quickly, because it's so predictable. Likewise, on the flip side, you do want to be somewhat predictable. You want to set the expectation that, in the evening or the morning or whatever, that you're probably going to release content. You don't want to make people think that you've gone dark. You don't want to make analytics think that you've lost interest. You want everyone to know that you're passionate about this, and you will continue to be passionate about it. It's not a, if there's several personality types, and if you're the business personality type that likes to have fun, YouTube is a huge opportunity. And I mean, I've met YouTubers that have millions of subscribers, and I mean, these people are just cool people. They're just having a good time, man. And I put a lot of passion into this, but I haven't achieved that milestone yet. But looking at them and just how happy they are, they're doing what they want to do. They love what they're doing. And what they're doing is able to afford them with the lifestyle that they feel they need. And, that's the thing. I mean, especially, and again, I don't get into politics on this channel, but especially with uncertain economic times, it's of utmost importance for people to understand the value of running one's own show. And, that show doesn't have to be a YouTube channel. In this example, it is a YouTube channel, but running one's own show, meaning that, you control your own destiny. Whatever others may choose to do politically, financially, whatever others may choose to do will hopefully not impact you. Because if you can create and then incubate your own business, incubate and grow, then, you're at the top. You're at the top of the totem pole. And if you get really big and you start hiring people, all power to you. You're at the top. And that's the thing. I mean, being at the top has always been paramount for me, because, to be frank, I don't trust anyone. And, that's a situation that, you should. Here's the thing. If you can trust yourself and you can make yourself do something that's good, and it's something you can live off of, all power to you. Because this world that we're in right now is about to get rough. So, it's super important for everyone to not only have the initiative, but also see the need to create something. It doesn't have to be YouTube. It can be anything. I I uh, collaborate with entrepreneurs on a weekly basis, all different types of businesses, and it's so important to have something, something you're passionate about, something you can grow, something that is profitable. Again, always put the passion in front of the profitability, because even if it's making a ton of money, if you're not passionate about it, you'll fizzle out quickly. But if you're passionate about it, and maybe it's not making a lot of money day one, but you can grow it into something that makes a lot of money, that's perfect. Because then you've got passion first, and you've got profitability, but the profitability is continuing to go up and follow the passion. So, just something to be aware of. So it's tech for your needs, man. Being a content creator is tough. It is super tough. It really is. But one thing's for sure, man. I mean, it is an enjoyable journey. And it's a journey that not everyone has the initiative to pursue. This is not, I mean, if you absolutely hate cameras, if you hate being on camera, if you hate computers, it's probably never going to work for you. And, it takes a lot of, there's a lot of unspoken prerequisites required for becoming a creator. And if you don't possess that mentality, and just because there's components that you may not like, that doesn't mean you can't do it. There's ways to train your brain to like things that you on the surface wouldn't like. And that's the thing about YouTube. I mean, what do I like? Obviously I like going to the Caribbean and going to getting out on the beach and eating good food and this, that, and the other. So that's what I like. What I don't like are the logistics of getting to and from, even pre-COVID. I don't like having to deal with crowds in an airport. I don't like that. I feel like I'm a cattle. I'm a cow. I'm part of a herd of cattle. I don't like that. But, I know that it's something I do to get there. And then once I get there, then I've got my beaches, I've got my good food, and I've got opportunity. I've got opportunity to film videos and grow this channel. So do I like editing videos? Actually, I do. I find it to be relaxing. Do I like professional audio? I never in the past realized that there was an importance for spending more for a microphone that I felt that I could get a $15 microphone and still record audio. But when you become more deeply involved with being a content creator, you realize that there's a difference between audio that was recorded on a $15 microphone versus audio that was recorded from a broadcast quality microphone hooked through a professional mixer. It's easy to to begin to appreciate that once you've created more content, once you've grown to a certain level. And I haven't grown to that level yet, but I do collaborate with a lot of people that are huge, very huge YouTubers. And, it's easy to see what's required to hit that next level. And, I'm hell bent. There's no stopping this train, man. I'm getting there. 100,000 subscribers is my next miniature milestone. But, and once I hit 100 million video views, I'm going to open that Gosling's Family Reserve Rum that I brought back from Bermuda. And I'm not too far from the 100 million. I think, what I have now, about 58 million video views. I mean, it's over halfway there. And, that may seem like a silly milestone, but, man, I got that. I was in Bermuda, and I'm like, I want to get the best rum they got here. And I got it. It's in a box, and that sucker's not getting cracked open until this channel hits 100 million video views. So, yep, craziness and crazy times, crazy fun. But anything y'all need, just reach out to me. Because again, I do provide professional consulting services, not just limited to social media. So, anything you might need, just reach out to me. Appreciate your viewership. Appreciate y'all tuning into the live shows. And I apologize for the bandwidth issue. I know this show has been super choppy, but I wanted to go ahead and see it through its, start to finish, because I didn't want to just fire this up and turn it off abruptly. I'm back in business, man. I got my studio renovations in place. I've got a few minor renovations coming in. One of the things I was going to mention, I've got the it was a funny word. What's that name? It's called a thing below my door. It's called it's called a ho lick me.